Let's talk about advanced YouTube marketing strategies for your clients. So this is an area I'm one of the experts out there in the world right now. I don't know everything, but I'm going to share with you what I know. Here's the thing about YouTube. There's two strategies you can have for your customers. You can do free YouTube channel for them, which I recommend for most businesses. And then you can do paid advertising. I want to talk about the free for a second because paid advertising for a lot of businesses is not viable. If you have a plumber or a restaurant or a dental office that's real local, YouTube can be used, YouTube ads a little bit, but it's not going to bring a huge return instantly. So your clients, you got to be somewhat careful with that. But a free YouTube channel, here's why it's powerful. First of all, it's practical. You can embed YouTube videos on their homepage. And I've done a lot of testing, believe it or not. There's private hosting services you can use that the businesses would, your business owners would have to pay for. YouTube is better because it's optimized for mobile, it's optimized for speed it's owned by Google, YouTube's owned, as you know. So I like to have a YouTube channel for every business simply because that's where you're gonna host your videos. A lot of people don't know that, and they're hosting their videos on, I won't name the companies because I used to do this, and I used to have a huge bill, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, till I started just using YouTube. It's all free. It's out there. Google's footing the bill. So that's one reason, okay, number one. Number two, it ranks well in SEO. So when people type in the name of, plumber, let's say you live in, I don't know, Roanoke, Virginia plumber, if there's some YouTube videos that have gotten enough views and gotten some links to them, those will show up in your company's business. One of your clients, their business will show up and they'll get free customers just from YouTube. So YouTube ranks very well. And the reason it ranks well is because Google owns them, and Google also runs the search engine. They say they keep it independent, but trust me, they're not stupid. They're going to rank their own YouTube. They don't want to drive their own business into the ground. So that's a huge advantage for you. It's just easy SEO, search engine optimization. The third thing about YouTube is you can start crafting a handful of videos, okay? You don't need to have thousands. I have hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos on my channel, but that's because I'm more of like a YouTube blogger, vlogger. For most businesses, they don't need that, but you can create a handcrafted 3 or 4 so that when people go to their YouTube channel, it can actually be a sales funnel to bring them more customers, okay? So some of the advanced, that's the 3 basics. Let me give you some advanced stuff with YouTube. Number 1, and this is the most important, so write this down. Do something controversial. If you think about Richard Branson, who started Virgin Air and Virgin Music and all these, he has over 300 companies, one of the richest men in the world. Every business he started, he would do something controversial. There was a business, he had a bridal boutique franchise, and he dressed up as a man in a dress and wore a wedding dress and got a whole bunch of press. He jumped off a building, I forget what, some building in Vegas. All this, not just controversial, but action, kind of craziness. And so when you think about strategies for your clients, you want to create the 2 types, and you can do this for your own YouTube channel. You want what I call a viral potential video, okay? And you want a content type video. So minimum, every YouTube channel should have at least 2 videos on it, okay? Now, let's talk about each of those. The viral video is something, it doesn't necessarily have to try to sell people into anything. So if your client is a cosmetic surgeon or a cosmetic dentist, I just had a cosmetic dentist here who was on that show. What's his name? He was on the Extreme Makeover. So if he was a client of mine, I would say, and he's already knows social media pretty well from being on TV, but I would make some controversial or very emotionally appealing one. Maybe a story, a sad story with redemption, like a woman who, and he showed me some pictures, had horrible teeth and she was made fun of growing up. I'd send a camera crew there. I would have that, video team get in the background story, almost like a Netflix documentary, like a National Geographic documentary. And then the video turns how he transformed. And he doesn't even advertise. You don't need to say, so now to have this for your teeth, go here. No, the purpose of a viral video is people to share it. And what are the things that people share? There's a good book called Contagious by a friend of mine wrote it. And the things that go viral, okay, the main thing is they bring up a lot of emotion. So they either make people laugh really hard, powerful emotion. They make people cry really hard. You see viral videos about, people coming back from from the Iraq War and seeing their kids. So that's strong, sadness type works well. Third is injustice. Think about Coney. You remember that dictator or that guy who was killing all these people in Africa? He had his little faction, his little warlike group, and there was a video about, I think his name was Joseph Kony. It went viral, 100 million views or something like that. Another thing that will go viral is unexpected. So a lot of these prank videos go viral, and those are the main types. Now, if you have a musician, then good music is one of the big things that goes viral because it brings up a lot of emotion, But I just want to tell you, don't be afraid of a little controversy. If you know me, I'm a controversial figure. But I always go by that saying. As long as they're saying your name, it's all good PR, assuming it's not some criminal thing. I don't have any, knock on wood, any criminal allegations against me. But a lot of people don't like that I have cars. They say, Tai, you should have a Prius. Well, they're probably right, except I don't drive cars much, and I use less gas than the average Prius person who commutes 100 miles back and forth every day. So for me, that controversy around me, okay, it's served to spread, hopefully, the good message that I'm trying to get out there about mentors, about self-education, about fighting the system that just has the 9-to-5 cubicle job for you with no potential. But I'm not afraid of controversy. If you look at the most popular people on social media, the Kardashians, you got 4 or 5 of them. If you add up all their Instagram followers, it's hundreds and millions of followers. They're very controversial. Justin Bieber, that video Baby was the most disliked video. But you know what? Almost every person in the world has heard that song and knows it. So when you're dealing with a smaller client, you're going to have to sell them on and you got to get their approval. Don't just make a controversial video. If it's a restaurant, don't try to make up some prank where the food's dirty or something in the kitchen. Nothing. Don't be stupid about it, because that's a good way to lose clients. But work in conjunction with them and say, look, let's get this out there in a little bit of an edgy way. It can be sexy, edgy. Some businesses, you see, they use, like Hooters. Hooters is a little controversial. It's one of the largest restaurant chains in the world. They got them all over the world. Why? Because it's a little controversy, a little sexy to it. So you might want to take that angle. You might want to do the Richard Branson, more outrageous action sport. And I can't tell you how few businesses use YouTube for that, but YouTube's great. And that'll transition. I'll mention it here. I'll probably mention it in some other lessons too. But whatever you post on YouTube now, you can post on their Facebook page too. Because YouTube and Facebook really compete now for video views. So don't be afraid to do that. It's okay to post duplicate content. And even if it's a short video, you can post it. If it's under a minute, you can do it on their Instagram. I believe Twitter is more like 2 minutes. They have a weird thing. It's not a time limit. It's a megabyte one. So it depends on how large the file is and stuff. But yeah, that's the power of a free YouTube account. Of course, you can also duplicate it, like I said, over. So you create that viral video, at least one, okay? And the second thing that you can create for these businesses is a content video. And if you only have one, it's better to have more than one, but if you only have one, that's the one where you really talk about, it's a little more salesy. If it's a dentist, cosmetic surgeon, that's where you talk about why he's better than other cosmetic surgeons, what he she specializes in, what a client can expect, past testimonials, links to buy or get action or fill out a form. That can be on your content side, okay? It doesn't also, neither one of them should be cheesy, but that can be, the viral one, you just want people sharing it. And remember, a dentist office doesn't need 1 million people to watch a viral video about how he fixed somebody's teeth. Because people who have bad teeth have such a high pain point that if 5 people see that video and can afford it. One or two of them might might go to your dentist and pay him $10,000, which is going to look good for you, because one thing, and I'll be talking about this later, make sure you ask businesses to start asking their customers where they heard of them from. That way you can get the credit. So you want to make sure that dentist office, that doctor, that restaurant, when they're noticing new people come in, go, hey, how'd you hear about us? If they say, oh, I saw your YouTube video, a friend shared it, a Facebook video, and that's going to look good for you. And that's how you retain clients, is by having clients hear directly from people who are paying them that is because of one of your social media efforts and your email efforts. Okay, things about YouTube. Let's talk some practical stuff. You just need an iPhone 6 or 7. For the most part, if you're an Android person, that's fine. I'm telling you, every time I have people who work for me, use this phone. This phone right here, this is the 7, is great. And so, you don't have to do much more. I'm just looking through the new features here. They're so powerful that I'm just like, if you can't afford one and you got an Android, you're fine. Or if you got a cheaper phone, probably not a flip phone. Sorry, sending a quick message here. Doing two things at once. So you got your YouTube channel. You're creating at least one viral video, or thinking about it. Remember, you don't have to do it on day one of your new client. It's a project you'll work on. And that's one of the things, by the way, you don't want to do everything the first month. Now, you don't want to be unethical about it and go slow so they keep paying you each month, but you can be reasonable about it and say, look, viral videos, brand stories, getting your email marketing, optimizing your website, this is going to take a little while. So, we do this in month 2. And that is the incentive also for them to keep paying you $1,000 to $10,000 a month, because you keep rolling out new things. So the viral video could be, maybe I would do that brand video first, the brand story. And oftentimes the brand story is the content video. Okay? A lot of times they're one and the same. So if you watch the video, I talk about creating the brand story, where it's like, if it's a restaurant, you show the whole story of how they make the pizza and how they learn from their grandparents in Italy and all that. That's usually your content, one of your content videos. Then so you can do the viral video in, month 2 or 3. And that needs to be coordinated with them. But start looking around on the internet now. What goes viral? You can just go to YouTube and search by the most viewed videos. You can just Google the phrase most viral videos ever. Become an expert. You spend 10, 15 minutes even today doing that. You can learn so much. You're not going to have to, it's not like getting a PhD. You got to spend, 12 years in school to learn this. You can learn it, half of it today. And like I said, the beauty of you being in this social media marketing agency program is that nobody takes the time to do this. It's too cutting edge. So just by you taking a little bit of time, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to give a lot of value to your customers. They're going to keep paying you month in, month out, especially as you roll out these new things. So next thing on YouTube is some practical stuff. Like I said, equipment. Most of this stuff should be shot on just an iPhone. You don't even need, you can use lavs if you want. If it's a super viral, crazy thing, we're gonna have circus elephants and all this, you might wanna get a local video crew to help you. You can have the customer pay for it, but generally you don't wanna hit them with new costs because they're already paying you. So you don't want your customers to say, oh, by the way, we got to hire a $5,000 video crew. You just say, we can shoot this on the iPhone. Hold that iPhone, keep it relatively steady. You can get one of these little you clamp the iPhone in and it's like a little steady cam. But I don't always do that. I mean, I've got videos get hundreds of millions of views and I just held them with my hand. So you can show the business owner how to do a selfie video, or you can go in and film it or send an assistant to do the filming. So that's the real practical. Number 3, when you do a video, don't forget to write a description below the video with a link to wherever you want them to go for multiple reasons. One is that's good for search engine optimization, but more importantly, most people don't read the caption, but the people who do read the caption below the YouTube video are the people who are more likely to become buyers and customers for your businesses that you're helping, okay? And so I don't know why people take all the time, make an awesome video, and then have like a crappy caption. I read captions, especially when I'm super interested in the video. So your caption should have a little bit of background. It should have a call to action with a link that people can click who want to buy. You can put that in both the viral video and the content one. Like I said, your viral video, actual video, shouldn't be too salesy. Its point is to go viral, but the caption for sure, because most people don't see it, so it's not going to be that controversial if you have some call to actions in it. Okay? So make sure you have a caption and think it through. It's better for it to be longer than shorter. Don't write a caption that's this long. Okay, one sentence, 2 words or something like that. Take a little time. If you spend an hour or a day doing an awesome viral video, spend an hour creating an awesome caption. And you can edit them later. But just make sure, and usually if you're going to have a call to action, have it at the top, like go here to buy at the top or go here to fill out a form, and then at the bottom. I'll talk later about doing call to actions. There's a whole art to that, but don't do it just once because people might not press read more and see the bottom. Do it once on usually at the top, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the bottom. 3, even 4 doesn't hurt because people don't always, it's been proven, people are more likely to click when you show it multiple times. Okay, now let's talk about your homework right now. Here's your homework. I want you to always practice on yourself. Right below, what is a content video you would create, a little storyline, the plot, and a viral video for yourself? Those 2 things. It's going to take a little while to write. Think. But remember, you got to be able to do it for yourself before you can get customers to pay. It won't take too long. It'll take 5 or 10 minutes. Write a quick content video. For me, it would be like, man, I'll do a video about my viral video. Maybe it's a inspirational one. I'll be like, born to a single mom, your dad was in prison, and then kind of show transition of me becoming an entrepreneur and finding mentors and dropping out of college and doing that. That might be my viral video because I know that a lot of people have that same story. They didn't grow up rich, so they need that inspiration. And my content video would probably be kind of like I did where was in my garage, specifically saying, click here and I'll show you about this 67 steps, 67 things I learned from my mentor. So write that below, those 2. And this will get your brain creatively thinking so that eventually, see, if a business comes to me and asks me for advice, I can give it to them in 10 seconds. Not because I'm smart, but because I've done this a lot. And with repetitions, Arnold Schwarzenegger said, your repetitions is the key. Reps and sets, he used to say. And my basketball coach, trainer now, Pooh Richardson, who played in the NBA for 10 years, he told me your repetitions are your reputation. So you got to practice this stuff. So practice that below. That'll complete this lesson. Make sure you complete all these activities I give you because that's how you get the certification. Okay? Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next lesson.